Hello there. Hope all is well today. We're going to do part two about uh, getting requirements for our businesses, our entities, LLCs, our business corporations, whatever you have for its business. So we're going to get on part two. I hope you guys are having a good weekend. So now that is almost possibly almost over. So now I'm going to go ahead and get right in because we need to get this information, and we're going to go over some things today. That's going to be the part two. But if you missed part one video, I told you who all is required to be responsible for having this information given to the United States Department of Treasury, because you have a business entity that is requiring. And like I said, you have an LLC. New rules have been in place for you to make sure that they understand you have a business and you have to register. Is your responsibility to do it. And we're going to talk about, recap a little bit on some things that was going to be required of you. Now, the other video, I gave you who was exempt and I gave you who was required to have this information given to the government, and you have to do it. You have to go online and you have to do it yourself. So we're going to talk about it. It's called the beneficial ownership information, and you're the one that's going to have to report it. I gave you the ones that it was exempt, which is the companies that you had such a business that was exempt. And I gave you that list on the first video of part one. So make sure that you watch that. So we're not going to go over that. We're going to save time. We're going to get right into part two. So if you're listening at this part two here, there is a part one to this. So anyway, and we're going to probably do one more, and that's going to be part three. And that will sum everything up. And so hopefully this will help you. And really the reason for this video is to help you when you are maybe getting your business established, or even you have a business already and you need to be in compliance with this. So this is just a requirement. This is just changes, and things happen like this in business. So I want you to know that I'm somebody here that can help you, that want to help you kind of like chop up this information and understand it better. Okay. Alrighty. Now, like I said, beginning January 2024, many companies in the United States will have to report the information about their beneficial owners, right? And that is the owners to your company. If you have an LLC, if you have a corporation, or whatever the case may be, that is going to be required. Now, they had a lot of other information in their small entity compliance manual of the guide. Well, I went over a lot of that in the video one, so to make sure that you won't have to worry about kind of understanding and picking out. I kind of like, interpreted it for you. So if you want to get that guide, you can also go there to the fincin.gov website, and you can get that information if you want to have that too as well. So now, we also talked about who had to report, and now today I want to talk about, when do you report? And I've mentioned this, I touched on this a little bit, and then I'm going to go into how to go ahead and register. So I'm going to kind of walk you through it a little bit. So that's what this video is going to be about. But when do you report? It says if your company was established prior to January 1, 2024, you will have to report again by January 1, 2025. Okay, that is the deadline. And after that, they can fine you. They can, put you in, imprisonment, incarcerated. They can do a lot of things. And it's so much, it's $500 a day when you don't meet this requirement. So don't procrastinate this year. Get this thing done. You're hearing about it. If you're hearing about it early here in January, you can get it on out the way. Now, if you started a business after January 1st of this year, which is 2024, as this video has been recorded, then you need to have this done. You must have this done by reporting it at least by 90 calendar days after receiving your public notice of your company is being registered. So after your company is, the state tell you, hey, your company is registered, you're a corporation or LLC, then your 90-day countdown will begin. Okay. So just make sure that once you get that approved, then, the days will be counted down to your 90 days. Then you have to have that done by within 90 days. So that's after January 1st of this year, 2024. Okay. And then it says, after January, and then after if your company is registered by, after January the 1st on 2025, then you're going to have 30 days to do it. So it's going to, get, and I'm imagine then after that, they're probably saying time you get it, you need to go ahead and get it registered then. So that's probably what it end up coming up. So that's January 2025. They're going to minimize it down to 30 days. Within 30 days, you need to be able to register. But or after you receive your public notice that your business is, your entity is incorporated or is a LLC, right? Okay, so now what I want to talk to you about today is how do you go ahead and get your FinCEN identification information. They don't require you to get a FinCEN identification number or an account, but I would advise you to do so. And then also, if you haven't created I've created, I guess because I'm doing business contracting, I've created creating an account or an identification number even with login.gov, because that's just a general database where you log in and they have your information about your business. It's always good especially if you want to get in the future, if you want to do like government contracting and things like that. So I'm already established with that. So let's talk about the FinCEN identification number. There's a FinCEN identification number application where it's online that you just go in and give your general information. And I did mine, and I'm gonna tell you also it's going to require you to, tell them when your business was established, have your EIN number out, just have all these things out. So when you get ready to do the application, you won't have any issues. And then also make sure that you have your driver's license. They want to do, yes, they want to see they get on your computer and you can take the picture. It has to be clear. Make sure your cameras or whatever make sure your lenses are clean, because I had mine clean, but I just had to go back and just kind of do it again. And they want to be able to visibly see all of the information on your state ID. You can use a passport, or you can use any other government, document that is legally a legal document. So they want to make sure that, and you have to upload that. So make sure that you have the capabilities to do that. If you don't know how to do it, when you're doing it, make sure you get with someone that can help you do that. That'll speed up the process, and then you won't be trying to struggle and get this thing done. Now this is just for the FinCEN. That's just to get, go ahead and get registered with FinCEN. And I would advise you to do that, because next time you may have to go in for something and you can just have a general application, your general login and everything done. And that way, when you're going in doing business things with them, required U.S. Department of Treasury, you already have that number. And I'm sure it's going to be a user ID, your username and your password. That's something you create. I don't know I think they're going by your email address. So yeah, I think that the username is your email address, and then you can create your password that you can remember, and keep up with it and things like that. So if that's going to help you, that's going to help you get that event done. Now, let me also go over a few more things that I think you should know to help you out with this. And that is, creating a FinCEN ID. That's what it's optional, but I would recommend you doing that. And then that's before you filing your beneficial ownership information and giving it to them. Now, that information is going to include, like I said, it's going to probably include, a little bit about your business. Then it's going to include, you got to give them the EIN number and your LLC, have your LLC documentation. They may not require you to upload it. They didn't require me to upload mine. So I don't know, they may because they're just tweaking this as we go, because people have just started using and uploading things. Who knows? They may, and that's another thing too. They're saying that they may require more information. So once you register with them and they have your email address, make sure you keep looking at your email to make sure that you are in compliance with everything they're asking you. One thing about business that a lot of you may not know: in business, you need to check your emails, especially for different important companies that you deal with, and documentation. Yes, companies still use email. I know a lot of people don't open up their emails when it comes down to marketing and people trying to sell you things. But if you got anything coming to you from the government or from a business, your responsibilities of business entity or whatever it is, please get those emails, read those emails, have a separate email that you have your business stuff going to. Have a bit, and very it's very important now to have a business email address. That is when you get your domain name, GoDaddy or some of the other ones, Google, you can use the Google Suites or whatever. Have a professional email, not only a Gmail or Yahoo or MSN, or one you get from your internet service. Have a professional email. It's you can pay pennies on the dollar for it, but make sure that you have one. I use my Gmail for certain things or whatever, but you better bet you I have a professional email that I use for professional and important business things that I do. That is very important. That sets your business apart. And when you apply, even when you're applying, this is another conversation though, but even when you're applying for business credit and establishing your business profile in that arena, when in the future you want to get business credit, yes, you need that already established, and you need to make sure that you don't have any problems there. Okay, that's so important. Alrighty, business take when you in the business arena, people, it takes on a different level of professionalism. Okay, remember that you got to handle things in a different manner than you would something personal. That's all I'm gonna say. And that is the way you can go faster, farther, be more successful, and be branded, and you know lock unlimited doors for you, really. So just do that. So if you follow the community, if you need to stay abreast on that and you need to be reminded of some things that's very important in business, I'll be glad to assist you in that. Okay, now let me also make sure that I touched on everything that I possibly need to say to you about some of these things here. Like I said, your when you go into your when you go into the beneficial ownership information, reporting backdoor, or shall I say portal. Let's see, when you get ready to file it, let me see how far I can get in here and tell you some things that may be additional thing that you may need to know, but you definitely have to register. And like I said, getting a fin ID is optional, but I recommend you having one. And before you even apply for the beneficial, information um, portion, you need to make sure that you already have yourself an ID, a fin ID. Okay, now you have a few choices. You can select the filing method that you want. There's three of them here. It says the PDF. You can prepare a PDF file, and then also you can file online. And let me see how the PDF file look. And then it says also um, you can do. Let's see here. The document you're trying to load, you may not have already. Okay, let me see here. I do have. It says the document I'm trying to upload. I do have that, so I don't know why. Oh, please. Let's see. Let me see what they talking about here, because I am able to Adobe. It comes in an Adobe Reader, so upgrade. If I want to see upgrade, yeah, it comes in Adobe Reader, and let's see. I'm gonna download the latest version of this for me. So if you try, oh, I am. Let's see here. I think I have it. Let me see here. I have it. I have it. Let me do something real quick here. All right. Let's see. I got something else I'm doing. I'm downloading something real quick so I can see this other back end for you. Okay. So I can tell you exactly what you need to do. And then I think we will have covered everything we need to cover on this video here. And they will notify you once, you get a FinCEN number. But like I said, I would advise you to go ahead and get on it now so where you can get it on out the way instead of waiting around, and keep looking for your updates when they send you this information. Any kind of governmental, like I said, any kind of governmental information, y'all stop just looking, glancing over it and not reading it. Make sure, I'm still waiting. Make sure that you are paying attention to what's going on, because that is to keep you alert. Nobody's going to come knocking on your door and tell you, hey, you need to do such and such. It's your responsibility as a business owner to make it a habit of reading documents. Make it a habit of not skimming over things, because sometimes you will miss, and then you will miss important information. And then also, when you get mail concerning certain things in business, please stop doing stop just not opening your mail and waiting weeks at a time and then open it. Don't do that. Just and keep a binder. Keep things together so they can be in one place that you can know where they are, and then you won't have to be looking all over the place for them, because everyone now wants documentation showing. And then if you can, put a backup copy on your computer, have it in a special folder. Do that. Keep up. Now you in the arena, you're in the area, or you in the position of being a business owner, and you have to keep up with things, and you have to make sure that you are being very professional so you can not miss out on any opportunities that is coming your way. Okay. That's pretty much what all I wanted to say about that. And it's almost installing here, so hopefully we can go ahead and install this real quick so where I can tell you some more, but I'm going to pull up something else real quick while that's doing that. Now, like I said, in order to be able to file the beneficial ownership information report, you have a couple of options. You have the PDF option, and then you have the online option. So we can go here real quick and let's see. And then also it has a little warning here for you once you get online to be able to register your information. It has a little warning here for you, and it says you are, hold on one second. It says that, okay, there you go. Please open it down, double click, it says that you are entering the U.S. government information system maintained, administered, and operated by the U.S. Department of Treasury. This information system may only be used for authorized purposes, and that means something that the government, then you have to click agree, read that little block of information and, disclosure things. And so once you get here on the beneficial information reporting page, it's going to ask you some questions about your filing information. What are you doing? Are you initially reporting it? Are you correcting something? Because you can go back in if you have some errors, you want to correct some information, updating some information, or is it newly exempt information? So you may have, maybe your company is not exempt at the present moment. Then you go back in, your company may have changed, and then you have to still come here and report that status. So anyway, you got to keep up with and then you got to keep up with what everything is going on in your business. Basically, that's what you need to do. And then privately, there's a Privacy Act and Paperwork Reduction Act notice, and then you are to go down and you make sure that you've read that and went over that, and then you go next to the next phase, and there's a part 2. And then also are you requesting to receive the fin ID number, and that's what you're gonna do here. And then you got to put in your company name, the whole nine, your tax ID number, and what country are your business in, and your address of your business, and things like that. So all of these things has to be answered. And then also you go into more about basically the owners of the business, and then you have the company applicant. You have to tell a little bit about your company, what kind of business it is, and things like that. So that's pretty much going to be all you really would have to do there. So let me see, can I pull this back up and see, is this gonna is this gonna show up? The Okay, it did. Let's see. Okay, no, they didn't do that. All right, the so anyway, the PDF information, it will, apparently they haven't uploaded that thing yet. So I don't have it there. So anyway, it's going to be, you can, and then you're gonna have to submit your PDF. If you do a PDF, you're gonna have to submit that form and see what it is. You can be able to fill out the form there. You could be able to fill out the form online. That's what that is all about. And then you go from there. So I mean, your online portal, or either you do the PDF version of it, and then or either you do the system to system, and then you are to, it says you need to contact the FinCEN for the API information if you're going to do system to system. But that's not, probably not, 9 times out of 10, that's not going to be you. So anyway, I think that's pretty much, that's kind of wrapped up some of the other things that I did want to share with you. Now, the next video will be the last video. I'm going to definitely recap and share some more things with you about, staying in compliance and things like that with this new requirement for your business. Okay. So if you have any questions and if you need any of my assistance, please don't hesitate to reach me. So I'm here to help. And I want you to be successful in business and be in compliance where you can stay in business and you can just share with us all of your gifts and talents and all of the things that you've done with your vision of your business. So I look forward to seeing you later. And I will do the other video maybe by Tuesday of this week, okay? This upcoming week. So hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Remember, any questions, just let me know, okay? Thank you so much. And I'm Biz Strategist Sandy. Just want to share this with you. Just want to kind of give you a heads up on what you need to do. If you miss the first video, please go back and watch it. I broke down the information of who needs to be reporting this, and who don't, and who's exempt. Okay. But I got all of the information from the horse's mouth. I got it from their website, and I was just kind of, really translating it into layman terms so where a lot of you can understand it better. Okay. And not be frustrated with this process. Okay. Thank you so much. And I look forward to your success in business. Alrighty. Take care. Bye-bye. Have a good weekend. Well, the rest of the weekend that's left, and stay warm because it's cold all over the country. Okay, bye-bye.